Hey, what's up everyone? MonadoMax here, and today we're going to be talking about the Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl game that recently just came out. Now, I'll be honest with you, I really didn't think in 2021 I would be playing a Nickelodeon fighting game. I don't think anyone in 2021 was in their timeline thinking, you know what, we're going to get a Nickelodeon game, and it's going to be a fighting game this year. No one was thinking that. If you thought that, then you are a genius. So, when this game was announced 3 months ago, it definitely had my interest because Nickelodeon was putting a lot of effort to this. They paid a online netcode system to be implemented into the game, which not even Smash Bros. Ultimate has. It actually has good online, and this game was looking like it was trying to be something really, really good. And so, we're going to talk about, is it good? How does it compare to Smash Bros. Ultimate? And all of that good stuff. Let's get right into the video. So one thing I want to say right off the bat is I don't think Nickelodeon realized how popular this game was going to be. The reason why I say that is because it is missing a lot of good stuff that should be in this game already, and I don't think it was in it because they didn't have that much of a budget. They put more of the budget into the online, just because they were hoping that would be something that really picks up and a lot of people had their interest in. And the reason why I say they didn't expect this to be such a big game is mainly just for the fact that this game is missing stuff like voice acting. There is no voice acting at all in this game. There's an announcer in this game that will announce some things, but you don't have any voices that happen in this game, and I think that's a major con with this game. And I think the developer said that they might consider adding voice acting into Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. So the fact that they're considering something that big to be added into the game later, I think says a lot about the expectations for this game when it comes to Nickelodeon side and the budgeting side. But if you're somebody that cares about voice acting, hearing these fighters fight like SpongeBob, if you want to hear SpongeBob's voices in the game, you're going to hear nothing. You hear absolutely nothing. Even when they punch, they make no noises at all. It feels pretty empty, if I'm being honest with you, when I'm playing these characters and there's no noise at all coming from it. I do hope that the developers will hire these voice actors back to get these characters with voice lines, because it's just weird. Speaking of online, let's talk about the online. I gotta say, I am fairly impressed with the online. One of the cool things about this, it will actually show your opponent's internet bar. Like, how good is the person's internet? It will show under the percentage of your character. And I think that is really cool, and that's something that maybe Smash Bros. Of guys at Nintendo should put into their game with a game like Smash Bros. Because it can help tell the person if they have bad Wi-Fi or what the issue is. Because let's be real, a lot of people that complain about the Smash Bros. Online have bad Wi-Fi, and they don't realize it. So I think something like that would be super important for Nintendo to add in Smash Bros., which they're not going to add, but the next Smash Bros. Game down the line, if there is another Smash Bros. Game, I think should take notes from Nickelodeon with how they did their online. Not to mention the fact that this Nickelodeon game has rollback netcode is pretty funny, and it works. It's amazing. I gotta say, the online, better than Smash Bros. At least with all the matches I've played, I think it's really funny, and I hope Smash Bros. Takes notes. Now, I will say, when it comes to a single-player perspective from this game, there isn't that much. It does have a little Smash Bros. Classic mode, if you guys know what that was, or arcade mode, that's what it's called in Nickelodeon. But I have a little bit of problems with the arcade mode. It has this dialogue option when you're playing as any character, like say in my recording I have Leonardo. Leonardo says just the most random lines and is like, "Hi, my name is Leonardo," when he's fighting against someone like Michelangelo, who already knows who Leonardo is. I feel like they were trying to do something kind of how like Mortal Kombat and Injustice does intros to when they're about to fight, although this time it just doesn't work well, and there should be custom dialogue if they're going to do something like that. It also goes back to my whole point about there being no voice acting, because this random dialogue is truly random, and it's weird, especially like the matchup with Leonardo and Michelangelo. That's a small con. It's not like, oh, this game sucks because of that. but it's something to me that bothers me. That's something I'm going to instantly notice all the time, and I hope again that the developers look into voice acting, because this game would be perfect if they put voice acting into it. But I mean, other than that, this game's arcade mode is fine. It's pretty good. It's just that's all there is arcade mode and fighting CPUs in like a 1v1 setting. There's really not much to do. There is this whole soccer mode that's in the game, but this soccer mode that they put, in my opinion, was a waste of time, because when I use it, it's really hard to land a soccer ball into the goal. I really wish they would have put their time into something else, whether putting more characters or just more different single player stuff. Maybe a story mode, that would have been pretty cool if they put the time into that. And this is not the first time that we've seen cartoon characters do their own fighting game. I go back to Cartoon Network, Punch Time Explosion. I actually bought that on day one as a kid, and I actually quite enjoyed that game. But I wonder if I'm going to enjoy that game now. I don't remember like what the popular vote on that is. I just find it interesting that all these companies are doing fighting games now. It's really cool. I wish that Nickelodeon would have taken a page from Punch Time Explosion and make a story mode campaign. I think that would have made this game really unique compared to everyone else, because Smash Bros. Ultimate kinda has a campaign mode, kinda. It's debatable for some people, and I think with the amount of content that's not into this game yet, I think a campaign mode would have made sense, but I guess because of the no voice acting, they didn't do it. Now, if you're a major Smash Bros. Player, this issue might not affect you too much, but this definitely affected me annoyingly. That's the controls of this game. You're stuck with the control. There is no controller customization into this game in any way. As someone that uses a GameCube controller, I mean right now I'm not holding a GameCube controller, but as someone that uses a GameCube controller in Smash Bros, I actually don't use the buttons to jump. I use the joystick. I know a lot of the major competitive Smash Bros players like to use the jump button, but I like using the joystick. I think it's way more comfortable. I feel more comfortable controlling with the controller when I use that. But this game automatically puts you with the jump button. There's no customization at all. If there's something you don't like, you're stuck with those controls. I know for some people that would be a major problem, especially Smash Bros. Competitive players. They might really like that or really hate that. I don't know how much of them really customize their controls, but I know they'll probably be a big fan of the fact that they don't have to use the joystick to jump. So I want to talk about the character roster of Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. It actually does a pretty good job of having a lot for everyone here. If you're a classic Nickelodeon fan, they got you covered. If you're a newer Nickelodeon fan, they got you covered. If you're a fan of Avatar and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, they got you covered. I'm a fan of the roster, although I wish there was more characters, because there is some obvious picks that should be in the game, in my opinion, that is not in the game yet, and we now know that there is DLC coming. In fact, we know what the next two DLC characters are. We know that we're getting Garfield. Why we're getting Garfield, I really don't know. And then we're getting Shredder. I feel like some of these picks that they put in the game are kind of weird. Like, listen, I like the Teenage Mutant Turtles. I really like the Teenage Mutant Turtles. I like April O'Neil. I think she's a great character. I would have rather had them complete the 4 turtles than put April O'Neil in the game. And that goes for Shredder. I don't know why they're putting Shredder in the game. We only have Michelangelo and Leonardo in the game. Why do we not have the whole set like Raphael and Donatello? That really, really bothers me. I don't care if you wanted to put them as a skin or clones or whatever. They should have been in this game. There's a lot of characters that should have been in this game, and hopefully with the DLC option that's coming, we're going to get a lot of these character picks that everyone wanted. Me personally, my number one character was Ed from Good Burger, and I know that's never going to happen, but it would have been nice. I really want Jimmy Neutron and Timmy Turner also into the game, so I hope they can do something there. It's a good character roster. It has a lot for people. I just... it's okay. It's about like a 7 out of 10 when it comes to the roster. I go back to really wanting a story campaign mode because I have played loads of Nickelodeon games back in the day, and I love the campaigns in those story modes when they had the crossovers like Nicktoons Unite, Nicktoons Battle of the Toy Bots, all that stuff. It would have been really cool if they could have made a story kind of like that, but involving the fighting and the voice acting. That would have been so cool. I know I keep talking about the campaign, but I think that was a huge missed opportunity for this game. Now, the movesets for these characters are actually pretty good. I was really nervous that they were all going to have very similar movesets, and while I haven't played every character yet, I've played a good amount of the characters, and none of the movesets seem very similar to me. They all seem very unique and different. So I think that was really cool. If I remember correctly, that Punch Time Explosion on the Cartoon Network game, all the characters had very similar movesets. I might be wrong about that. That's like 10 years ago when I played that game, so I apologize if I'm wrong. So I'm really happy with the fact that they all have unique and awesome movesets. The stages are pretty good too. I mean, they have a competitive stage mode, and when you go online, you can play competitive play. So they know what they're doing with the stages, so that's pretty cool too. I will say though, the fact that there's already major sweats in this game when the game has only been out for what, like 6 days? I'm so confused. I'm playing the game and I rage quit it because this dude literally was not letting me hit him. And I'm like, are you kidding me? There's some major sweats in this game already. I'm actually really interested to see how far this game is going to go when it goes to, you know, tournaments. I think the Super Smash Bros. Con, they have a official Nickelodeon tournament happening for this game now over there. I think that Nickelodeon actually put money down for the game. So that's pretty interesting. I want to see how far this game goes. Now, when we were to compare this game to Super Smash Bros. And Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, which is the better fighting game, obviously Smash Bros. Is going to be better, but this game had way more development time. I'm really interested to see how much development time actually went to this game, because if they put maybe a whole nother year into this game without releasing, I think we could have had a really good, perfect gem game that, you know, a lot of people would be talking about. But I think what the issue was is that really Nickelodeon wasn't expecting this to be a big game. They thought this was just going to be a quick sell. They didn't need to put much time into it, and then when people started really caring, that's when they started putting a lot of time into it. I think they should have announced this game earlier this year and really see how the crowd reaction was, and then they put more time into it, because this game does have issues, as we talked about earlier, but it's still a really good game for what it is. I just wish it had that more development time into it. Another year would have made this game amazing, to put in all that voice acting, campaign, more characters, stages, more single player content, all of that, because it needs more of that in this game. I know a few people had some bugs with the game, but as of right now, I've experienced 0 bugs with the game. So with all of that in mind, I'm going to give Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl a 7 out of 10. I played it on the Nintendo Switch. I don't know how the other versions of the game is on other platforms, but this is a Nintendo Switch game to me because, you know, fighting game, and, you know, it's trying to be Smash Bros. The game is trying to be Smash Bros. Does it do it well? Yes and no. It has issues, but it also is a fun game to play. I bet if you have friends over, this is probably going to be a fun game to play around with your friends. It just needs a little bit more content to be worth the money. I do think it's worth the money depending the right person. I believe the game was $50. I know physically it was $50. I think digitally it's $40. So, you know, for the price, I think it's worth it. Not to mention, if it's a third-party game, it's going to go on sale pretty quick, most likely. So if you want to pick it up, pick it up. You know, it's not for everyone. It has its issues, but it's still a very fun game. Well, guys, that's pretty much it. I want to know everything you guys are thinking when it comes to Nickelodeon. If you bought the game, what do you think about it being similar to Smash Bros in any way? Like, what is your whole thoughts on the game? I think one of the issues people have is that they're comparing it to Smash Bros too much. It's its own game, but it is a fighting game that, you know what I mean by that. It's an interesting game, and I think for the right person, it's a good game. Well, guys, I have been talking for way too much. Make sure to backslash that subscribe button, like the video, check out my Discord server, check out my Twitter. And by the way, I know the Discord server link doesn't work sometimes, so if there's issues, just tell me in the comments and I'll get it fixed. I will see you all in the next video. Make sure to check out our 2 Minute Games vlog series, guys. I'm sorry to keep lugging those series of videos that we did, but those were really fun, and I think you guys will be missing out if you don't check those videos out. Alright guys, I will see you all in the next video. Peace.